your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. The moment these NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
Special teams always play an important role in ball games, and it does right here from the jump. That's going to give the offense terrific field position for this opening drive.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
19 Lions.
They put Mooney in motion right. Penix going to throw straight away. Oh, he lost the football. And the Cardinals grab it. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
Kyler starting off with a throw. Has it down close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Working quickly here. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Play action now, Murray. He rolls to his right. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Back to the air, Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin. Because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins. I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Brings in the kick at the 9. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Check, box, go! Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18.
Penix working from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. The rookie from Ohio State takes it away. And the Cardinals are able to bring this back to the 35-yard line. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is clean, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Benson has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Offense in the hurry up here. Another try for Benson. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Cardinals parlay the interception into points. Trey Benson, the touchdown! Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Cardinals go up 10-zip here in the 1st. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Go!
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Cardinals football. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. They've got a man in motion. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Murray thrown again on 2nd and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. The Cardinals out for the punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And they avoid a return on the play. This one bounces and gets out at the 25-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. That's complete. Here's Brown. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, Penix. Completed over the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Max Melton who hauled him down there. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Man in motion here. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Has a man. It's Brown. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Penix now on 1st down. And a man is there to knock that away. First time this game they've looked to him. So 2nd down coming up.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
Back now, pressure on its way. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Let's go now. Warrior 70. Ready.
Trying for it with Penix. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. The give now to Benson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Benson once more. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Troy Anderson that time with the tackle. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Murray on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That is all-out effort to make the catch, putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. He earned that reception and some more targets in the immediate future.
First and 10, Murray. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Buys time, rolling right. That one's complete, right side. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Third and just 2 to go. Now a give. It's Benson headed right. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body boys. Body boys. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Murray on the play fake. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. Field goal attempts coming here from Chad Ryland. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Badgley able to knock it through. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Penix now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Go! Let's go!
2nd and 10. Penix to throw. He'll get this one to Brown. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Set! Set, go!
Throwing now from the gun. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Cardinals are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Sit!
Now Kyler. He throws a bullet to the brought in inside the 20. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Cardinals push the lead to 20. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set! Hut, hut.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. Still fighting forward. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons chop some of the lead off before the half. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Play action now. Murray. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
On 2nd and 10, it's Murray. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. Buying some time right. Dump off caught by his back. Has some daylight through the 40. And now he's going to head out of bounds after a nice gain. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Kyler throwing here. Forced out to his right. Gets this one to Harrison. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Murray here on 1st down. Looking right, and he finds him. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jair Alexander with the stop. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the 2nd half of our wild card game gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Trying again, following the sack. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Green. Shit.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He throws a bullet. He's got it deep downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cardinals stretch the lead to 23. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Brings in the kick at the 9. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Running back sent in motion left. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Penix on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line.
More yards. That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On 1st down, here's Penix. Completed over the middle. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Buda Baker bringing that one to an end.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
And again, it's Penix. Headed out right. Has it at the 7. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. And you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Pierce up the middle. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
To the air with Penix. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with 3rd and goal.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Going power with a big tight end. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of a yard. It's now
Trying for it with Penix. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And off to Benson to start the drive. Still some room at the 20. Up the sideline, past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Trey Benson, the touchdown. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Cardinals continue piling on to this lead.
Falcons 7.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Starting at the 10. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he'll go out of bounds well into enemy territory. Looks like he's right around the 40-yard line.
We get to playoff football, Kate, and every team's going to excel in 3 phases. You've got to. Offense, defense, special teams. What an excellent return and the type of effort they expect from themselves in postseason football.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
70 range, 70 range. Ready.
Running back sent in motion. Penix now on first down. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. It's a 21-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Mustang 19. Let's go.
They send a receiver in motion right. From the red zone now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. So that brings up second down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. The Falcons have the football, playing for their season here. They're trailing. The Cardinals going with a dime package here. Third down coming up.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, Penix. This one's caught. And they're able to touch him down, so that's going to bring up fourth down. Working quickly here. He finds him beyond the marker. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Penix working from the gun. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons putting up points in a game decided. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
And the Cardinals' hands team secures the football. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They give up the gut to Benson. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Receiver gets it on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. But linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
They send a man in motion. Murray on 3rd down. Rolling left, buying some time. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. This a 54-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make the lead 26 points.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts at the 9. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Wow, wide open here. Complete. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons get it back to a 19-point deficit. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And the Cardinals hands team secures the football. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now an inside give to Benson. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Pitching it out to Benson. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
So yet again, they're turning to him to try to put 3 on the board. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. A big kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And this stays a 19-point game.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
Here's Penix to throw. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
It's into the hands of Mooney. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
Penix. Throw wheeled in by London. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Cardinals.
Putting a receiver in motion. From the 37. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Come on, set. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Come 19, come 19. Ready.
Penix now against a blitz. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
6 brings up 2nd and 16. At the 28-yard
Hurry up offense now as time runs down.
Trap 60, trap 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hunt.
Another try following the sack. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Set up. Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 Lions.
Slot man motioned over.
Ready, ready.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Buffalo 18.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
Ready. Ready.
Here's Penix. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Sean Murphy Bunting in to pick it off. And the Cardinals can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. They've got a man in motion. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready. 18 Pioneer. Go.
Penix now. Got a man, it's London. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Let's go.
Penix now to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it's going to be 4th and short. All right, this is going to be the final play of the game.
Here we go.
One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So the Cardinals get to fly